Good evening. I've got a little challenge for myself. um, I have tied this olive woolly booger, I believe, before. Um, However, I saw a picture um, on Google, and it sparked an idea. I'm going to tie a woolly booger blindfolded, basically. So I'm just going to. I don't have a way of showing it because I don't have two cameras or anything. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the stuff that I'm using, and I'm going to turn it off. Or not turn it off, but I'll cover my eyes, and then I'll tie the whole fly blindfolded. Essentially, I'm going to pull this hat over my eyes, this sock hat. So let me switch it around and show you what I'm using. Let me get this zoomed in first. I got to get everything set because I won't be able to see it, obviously. Blindfolded and everything. Should be good right about there. Alright, so first of all, the thread. I'm using 8/0 olive done unithread. I've got marabou quills in olive. I've got these schlappen feathers. I still don't know if that's the way you really say it. These are kind of big for what I'd use, from what I'm doing, but I've used them before and I like the way they look, and they're fine. Fish will eat them. And then, I don't know what I did with my packaging, but I have this olive microfiber. And I'll be using bead chain eyes. I've got everything basically laid out here. I think I've got everything where I want it. And so from here on, I'll take my glasses off, set those there, and I will pull the cover down. And I'm keeping my eyes closed. Okay. Alright, there's my vise. Get the hook, if I can find where I put it. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Luckily I didn't stick myself. Alright, so I've got this hook is a bait holder. It's got the barbs on the top and the barb and the point. I'm going to put that in the vise and crush down the barb there. What I always do. And then also the barbs on the back of the hook, because I don't need them for the flies. They're good for bait, but you don't need them if you're tying a fly. Make sure that this vise is tight. Okay, I think that's where I want it. Ooh, this is going to be difficult. Okay, got my thread. Hopefully I don't knock the camera out of whack and not see it, because just then I went to grab the hook and I hit the camera instead of the hook. I need to be careful not to hit the point there. Okay, that's the end of that. Okay, and that's where I want that. Get my scissors, cut off the... Oh, gotta be careful with the pointy scissors too. Okay, I'm gonna get my bead eyes. This is gonna be difficult. Maybe not too hard. Okay. thing I did not do that I typically do on this. Usually on these things I put a bump on either side of the eyes to hold them steady, but it just takes another level of coordination that I'm not able to do, I'm sure. Maybe, but it just takes a little more time than I need to do to be able to do it on video. And by the way, this sock hat is pretty hot. I need to be careful not to break my thread. Like that. Okay, I'll fix that real quick. The thing about these bead chains is that the wire from inside the bead chain is still sticking out right there, and it's making a sharp point. And when you can't see to avoid it, you hit it, and then it cuts the string. So I'm trying to get it to fall into the eye there, and it just won't go in, so I just have to be more careful. Cover it with my thumb. Okay. I don't know if that's clean looking, because I honestly am covered up. If I could touch the camera and set it to show you, you would see that I am covered up. At least my eyes are. And that is far enough down. See, I keep hitting that point. I need to be careful of that. Alright, next step. I need to tie in my marabou, which should be laying right here. Okay. So I got my marabou, which is white on this end where it's tied up, but where it's dyed, it's cool looking and green. I want to make this about the length. This will be a little bit longer, but make it about the length of the hook. So I'm going to hold it right there. So things that I can't see, like this point, like I was saying earlier, sometimes when I wrap, I hit here and I hit around here, and I have to look real hard to see that I've done that. So in this case, I'm just having to feel for it, and hopefully I don't do it wrong. And right there, I just took a wrap under the tail. That makes the tail stand up a little better. Hopefully I got the whole thing. I'll do it one more time, just to make sure. Okay, and I want to wrap. Did it again. I've got a peek to fix my thread because it fell out. I can't tell if that's from me putting too much pressure. Or if it's from me hitting something that's sharp. I promise I'm not looking at the camera or at the fly. I should have to re-thread this tying thread. And I'm having a hard time of it even with my eyes for some reason. There we go. Okay, back to the blindfold. Still not looking. I just need to come in and capture this again. Restarting the thread is not a big deal. So I tied down to almost to the eyes, and I've got this piece sticking off. I'll try to pull up this slack here. Hopefully I didn't cut any threads that I needed to leave intact. But I will go back. I've got that extra thread hanging out here. My tag in somewhere right there. Another one there. Maybe that was a feather. I don't know. Guess we'll find out when the fly's done, huh? I get to look at it and see how I did. Maybe I should tie a little easier fly. Okay, next step. Now that should be tied in correctly, as far as I can feel. Might have missed a little section there that I just pulled out. Now, I need to get my schlappen feather. I think I got here. And I need to pick a side. See if I can do this on camera. Okay, right here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to take off all of this part. On both sides. There we go. Okay. Now, that should be enough feather. To tie in here. Boy, I can tell what's going to be probably the hardest part. Whenever I feel that feather, I can barely tell the difference between that and the marabou. I think that's it right there. But when I wrap forward, I'm going to have to be really careful that I don't grab both. Okay, now I need to find my there we go, the yarn. Tie that in the same place as the feather that I just tied in. And make sure everything's laying back. Okay. If anybody's watching right now and you're just tuning in, I feel like I just hung up on something. I tore my string. I am tying a fly blindfolded. This is a fly I've tied many times. I've got a piece I need to cut off there. Maybe. No? No. Ah, yes I do. Can't tell from there. Huh. Okay. Now, I get my chenille. Make Make sure I'm wrapped to the front, right at the eyes. I'm going to wrap this chenille, hopefully in touching turns. This is very hard to do without looking. Maybe like that. I can feel where it's going and try to keep it from getting wrapped around my thread. I feel like I'm going to have some stuff sticking out in between this. So normally when you're tying and you can feel everything, right, ow, just poke myself with the hook. If you're doing this and you can see everything, you can see when there's things sticking out between your, where your thread wraps are. There's something sticking out there, but I can't tell what it is to fix it. I'm going to take some more wraps because I've got plenty of this, and the feather's going to cover it more. Oh, I dropped it. Where'd it go? Well, I really can't tell what that looks like. Okay. Pretty close to the eyes there. It's close. Can't tell what that is. Probably need to cut it off, but let's see if I can get that. Not much I can do about that because I can't see it to cut it off. Well, here's hoping that the feather covers it up. Now, the thing about these is it needs to be not touching turns, evenly spaced. I feel like I got something funky going on there, but this should be the longest thing that I've got. So I feel like I've got some marabou on there too. Probably do. It's amazing how much you can't see. Okay, we'll try to finish it here. I'm not about to try to do a wet finish on this because I can't see enough to do a wet finish. I can feel this enough, I hope. really can't see this. Okay. Where'd it go? I know I'll put my nail polish up here to find it. To finish, but I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. I think. Let's see if it's the right one. Yeah, it's the right one. I just got it all over my fingers. But that's should be the finished fly. All right. Now I'm going to take my cover off and let's see how I did. Hey, I'll tell you what. I've tied worse flies while looking at them. That is not too bad. Just a little cleanup here, just so that it's actually a functional fly later. This is the thing that's bothering me, this little point right here. So I'm done with the... See that thing sticking out? That's the problem. And I don't have anything at the table here that's good enough to take that off clean. And that piece that was sticking out is this piece of a feather. Should have known that part, but anyway. That's pretty cool. The only thing, like, I would trim this up. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover this so that it won't damage whenever I do fish with it. Cover that up with some paint. And just clean this up. Although I could leave it and it wouldn't be a big deal. There. Yeah, I did bump the fly. Or the camera. So, sweet. Hey, y'all. I just saw that y'all are on there. Yeah, so that's, I tied that one blindfolded. Completely blindfolded. Wasn't looking at it. The only thing that I did was whenever I broke the string and it came out of the bobbin holder, it came out of here, I had to take my blindfold off to put it back on. Other than that, I did that all with my eyes covered. So it's definitely a fishable fly. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, and I don't even know when I was taking that off what I did to that feather. But yeah, so that was fun. That was tough. It was very hard to tie that blindfolded. If I do it again, I'll do an easier fly. But the good thing about this fly is that a lot of this fluff covers up the ugly stuff that I didn't do well. Got a white one there. Got like my beard. Got white ones everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these little broken pieces. That must not have been a great feather that I picked. Anyway. Thank you for watching, those that watched. I don't know. Yeah. Fruities on with my sister. Thanks for watching, Trudes. Alright. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll be posting this on Facebook, on YouTube. QuietMan28. Go check it out. Bye.